I hike a slightly different style, closer to high water. There's a lot more teeter-totter rocks because they've been moved around a bit by the river during high water, and sand is settled underneath them sometimes, and they put them in a teeter-totter condition. So as you always have to remember that. I guess one way to check is, depending on how often you come to do the river hike, you do a comparison of how things look in areas you really know good, and how much debris is moved around. The more debris moving around, the more chance there's going to be teeter-totter rocks and loose trees and stuff. Not sure if this is where motorboat hole is. It's not very far from these big 3 rocks closest to the bend. And here we got the river trees. There you go. Teeter-totter rock. Certain teeter-totter rocks are going to be around certain things. So there's a teeter-totter rock close to river tree. The logic behind it being a motorboat hole would be it's going to be closer to the rapids, which would have been tougher for the motorboats to get up over. They would have been sort of idling here, chancing when they're going to move through the fast rapids to get up to the next level of the river. That would be one sort of piece of logic for those advanced motorboat, old generation of adventurers who used to take motorboats up this area, and that would explain the motorboat hole. And we're going to go up to see that point right there. That's one I think is also like a, and that, well, it's kind of hard to say. Was this natural? This gets right down to the crux of the issue. I guess the truth would be told in the people who do the river work here, the older generation of adventurers who used to come here to fish and get up river, try to motorboat from here all the way up to the falls, which absolutely would have been some kind of motorboat skill you'd have to have. Not an easy skill. I don't know, is this a natural depression, or is that possibly one of these places where the motorboat would idle over on this safe side before trying to zoom up the river in a motorboat? And that would be my partial motivation for why they would have left a motorboat hole in some of these soft rocks here. And that would mean it's man-made, unless it really is a freak of nature round hole. I just don't know. Some river hiker or person who watches this video someday, this will be part of my quest to find the motorboat hole, which I've got in other videos, but so far this year I haven't got it in a video. Okay, we're already up to the Vrock. They're right there. There's the Vrock Rapids and the large slab. Ah, boy. No motorboat hole. I thought it was right in here. Might still be in there, which means we're not going to find it this week either. The water's still too high. This whole area looks nice and flat. I don't know if there's cliffs in there. Probably back that way would be better to walk out. We're starting to get into cliffs again. So this might be the end of today's main goal. This is the Vrock Rapids and no motorboat hole, at least with the water this high. I caught some geese at the geese or duck right here at the Vrock, which has a few fossils in it, as you can see, are very interesting deterioration of the rock. It's a little bit lower than last week. The water was coming through here, so it might take a few more weeks for the water to go down more so we can see the motorboat hole. Normally you can use the stream to come in and out over the cliffs, but I'm not familiar. That's just too much.